Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. So it turns out I was a complete fool and it wasn't helmets I needed to craft, it was in fact wizard hats. So the wonderful firebirds plumes that we've got were rather not needed. We have done some farming up on bounty materials and greater keystones off screen. I've tried to clear out what I could of this area, but I keep finding more things like broken promises, overwhelming desire, and we got a bunch more of the wizard hats put into the cube as well. So as quickly as we're getting through them, they're almost being regenerated. Let's say that. We've got 13 greater keystones, so we're going to start doing those now. I've switched over to my advancing equipment. So we've got the 2 pieces of Delcyr's set. We've got 3 pieces of Ashiara's and 2 pieces of Talrash's. I've got Weird Ward in the cube at the moment instead of the Ring of Royal Grandeur. And just to show you what we've managed to get over here, we managed to put the Dark Mage Shade in, Archmage's Recalc, and where was the other one? Oh, of course, Deathseeker's Cowl is in there because we made a bajillion of those. It was Stormcrow, that was the other one. So we've got pretty much every single wizard hat except the 2 that we want. We want the Crown of the Primus for us, and the Swami for our other character. But for now, we're just going to be working on the Wreath of Lightning and leveling that up.
Enemies of the Nephilim surround.
Pop, pop, pop. It's been a while since I've done a Greater Rift. Got to remember to do that. As much as we do have a hell of a lot of health, we don't have infinite health, so we've got to be careful. Just to make sure we don't do anything foolish. Get that, get that, get that. And you can die. Right. Moving on. Now, slow time, of course, is now being having reduced cooldown as I use Arcane Orb, seeing as I'm using 2 pieces of Delcyr's set. I'm probably not going to switch over to the full... well, to more bits of Delcyr's set until we've got the entire thing ready to go at once. The 20% life boost that we're getting from Ashiara's set is boosting both our health and the amount of healing we get, and in addition, the amount of shield that we've got. So our shield is shooting up to 800,000 at times with when we attack, because of the magic weapon deflection that goes on. Get that, get this. Can't wait until Wreath of Lightning is up and we're moving through these faster. We probably can up the difficulty of these Great Rifts, but until the Wreath of Lightning is a higher level, it's just not worth it for the amount of time it'll take to get through the rift. Better to burn through them quickly, and then gradually increase the level as we, well, as we approach the rank 25 gem. I would have been recording this earlier, but unfortunately my internet went down first thing this morning. So instead I've recorded a couple of episodes of Diablo Light. It's a little mini-series called Book of Demons that's in early access at the moment. And if the first video of that is not up yet, then it will be shortly. So watch the channel and give me some feedback on what you think of it. It's a very kind of cutesy game, and I kind of like it. It's nice for killing a little bit of time, and it is also challenging in its own way. It's not just like Diablo easy mode or anything like that. It's just a different feel of the standard hack and slash RPG games. Let's get that. Come through here, put that down, and that is a conduit pylon, which I will very happily take. Thank you. Stand in middle here, get all the extra damage on everything we can. One other thing that we've done that I should tell you about, is I've gone through the Templar's equipment and updated, upgraded, re-rolled, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I found Azurath. And I figured with most of our movements now not involving the Ring of Royal Grandeur, we don't need Arcstone on him, so I've switched him over to Justice Lantern and the Oculus to improve his block chance. He's now got the Commons Criterion, which if I bring it up, in theory gives him less damage from block attacks. We're going to put a ruby in it at some point, help boost his damage further. Ideally we want to get him the freezes deflection, but that's better than the littlest wall that he was using previously. And with everything else that we've got, we've boosted his amount of damage quite significantly. And Azure Wrath is just giving us a little bit of extra crowd control by injuring and knocking up mobs, and also gives them a chance to freeze enemies. So he turned into quite a good utility Templar. And because of that, I've changed over his skill from healing to haunting just there. With Simplicity Strength, we should have all the healing capability that we need, and with our Paragon levels shooting up, we're also improving the amount of life on hit that we're getting from mobs. Let's put a slow time on these guys. So hopefully it all combines into making us more survivable and him more useful, and helping us progress. And we're making decent progress through this, as you can see. Channeling Pylon, that will be lovely. I'll have that. Still not convinced about Arcane Dynamo. I still want to get that changed over, but that's going to require running the Key Wardens and getting more Forgotten Souls. We've got quite a few Forgotten Souls ready for potentially item rerolling, so I don't know which is going to be our biggest priority, because we've got an ancient Hellfire Amulet that's doing a good job. It's just not maybe the best job it could be doing. An Arcane Dynamo is useful, it's just possibly not the best skill that we could have. And hell, if we replaced it with Blur, then we'll just increase our decrease the amount of damage we take by 17%, which is pretty significant, because that's a 17% increase in our life effectively, which means a 17% increase in our healing, a 17% increase in shield, etc, etc. And given we're already pretty tanky, that would help turn us into the tankiest mage that there ever was. And let's get this thing killed. Give me your delicious purple orbs. There we go. Once I do get the Crown of the Primus, I may not move away from Nilka's boast until we're ready to move Delcyr's set as a whole. The amount of damage that meteor does when it lands is significant, and switching over to the Crown of the Primus, it'll add a bit more utility. It will reduce the amount of damage that mobs do, and slow them down a bit further, and stun them if they cross the threshold of the slow time bubble itself. But the extra kill speed that I'm getting from the meteors that are dropping, I think is worth holding on to at the moment. That being said, it's not worth us moving across to any more of Tal Rasha's set, although I've now actually found 5 pieces of Tal Rasha's set. We've got enough that we could do Tal Rasha's set dungeon if we wanted, and we've still only found 2 pieces of Delcyr's set. The random number generator in this game seriously hates me. I don't know what I've done to offend it in the past, but it must have been something bad.
Still waiting.
Get some lightning going on these guys. You can get a slow time just because you are large and ugly. It may not be the biggest threat, but you're in my face, and I don't like that. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Let's pop another one of these up. Ooh, vortex, eh? Well, I don't mind the occasional vortex.
The Rift Guardian has
And
found
straight onto the Rift Guardian. Which one is it? Oh god, it's Blighter. Well, Blighter's not too much of a problem, I suppose. Knock back. That's just... no. And keep as much slow time on him as we can. It does help dodge those things, but
Not ready yet.
really it's not that important. Mostly it's for the amount of extra damage that it causes, and we don't want to be standing in the middle of that. yeah. Our Rift Guardian fights are getting faster, certainly. How much of that is down to skill, how much of that is down to just being a bit tougher, getting a high extra critical hit chance and stuff. That's an S of Johann, awesome. Right, yeah, so I was going to go through this very quickly. We want to put a ruby in here. We've re-rolled that so that it didn't have intelligence on, critical hit damage is increased. Now there is a critical hit damage cap of 150%, so between, which was it? Was it Azurath? Oh no, there we go, critical hit damage increased by 88%. I want to re-roll that into something else, probably. But it's good enough for the moment. I might re-roll the entire thing. Let's work on our gem. 1, 2, 3, and this all just increases our kill speed. Right, let's head back. That's Deathwatch Mantle. That is a staff that I've forgotten the name of, and an S of Johann. The S of Johann we do quite like. I might end up putting that on the Templar, depending on how things pan out. Let's have a look. The S of Johann was actually... Oh no, it's the Eye of Elich. My mistake. Wow, that's just a bit poo. Let's go to here. Right, so Deathwatch Mantle, you go in there. Eye of Elich. You can just get salvaged because you've got no special ability. And Aerith's Spark of Life needs to go. Right, we've got enough for some helms. Let's hope that Kadala's feeling generous. No. Everything gets salvaged, everything goes in the stash. And then we'll go back into a rift. Paragon point, plus to life, even more life, 1.1 million. That is an incredibly large amount. We'll keep it at this level at the moment, at least until the percentage starts going down on the Wreath of Lightning. There's no point in pushing higher, it just ends up costing us more money for the same number of legendary gem levels. I suppose we get more experience and stuff, but again, we're not really rushing for that at the moment. Right. Not one phone call, but 2 phone calls, and we've actually lost a lot of time, so we're going to see if we can make that up, although we may end up failing this rift. But we will give it a bloomin' good effort. Which means we need to be on our A game.
Your grave awaits.
And not getting stopped by those little rascally things. Don't freeze me. There we go. Right, you're dead. We are catching up, sort of catching up.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
They're all very important phone calls, the ones that come through. Otherwise, I wouldn't stop the game. Today is unfortunately the day after my my beloved cat passed away, so I've got a lot of well wishers checking in on me at the moment to make sure that everything's okay. Without the internet being up as well, it's been kind of hard to communicate to everyone, so I'm really glad that the phones actually still do what phones are supposed to do. Right, speed piling is going to help us make progress between mobs. Let's see if we can't do this guy quickly. There we go. And we are scurrying on this way.
If only they could see me now.
Blasting, blasting, blasting. Let's just try and keep moving through the packs nice and quickly. Speed piling is definitely the way to do that. A little bit of blasting backwards. Eventually we won't need to rely on it because we'll have the Wreath of Lightning giving us all the speed boosts that we need. Right, let's find another decent pack. Not this way, up this way perhaps. We've made back quite a bit of the time already. Tap, tap, tap. And all the way over the top. Hello, beautiful. Right, let's Kill your friends. Kill you. Ooh, that's actually hurting. Of course it's hurting. I mean, standing in the middle of it would obviously hurt. Right. I don't care so much about the little miniony bits.
If only they could see me now.
Okay, we are nearly back on schedule. Let's just refresh these as we pass through this area. Bit of slow time down. That's like another 35% damage on everything in that area.
Still waiting.
So we're just trying to keep up our triumvirate stacks. And keep putting enough arcane orbs out to keep stuff dead as we're moving forward. And this is pretty much how we're going to play when we do get Delta's final set, except it won't be lightning we're doing. Ooh, conduit pylon. That's going to help. Yeah, let's back off just a little bit because that was looking painful. It won't be lightning that we're doing, it will be Spectral Blade. Haha, we are back ahead of time. A giant hurrah was heard by the crowd.
How does that feel?
Heard by the crowd, not from the crowd, because the crowd didn't exactly hurrah, they were just watching with bated breath. Alright, get these. I'm feeling much better about this rift now.
How does that feel?
It's very interesting how people process grief in different ways. One of the reasons why I'm carrying on recording and playing is I end up switching to a very kind of logical feeling in my brain when I'm working through games like this. You know, it's all very formulaic, and it makes it easier to process stuff in a very logical way. So I am grieving, I am sad, of course. But this allows me to deal with it in a much more structured fashion, and it doesn't distract me from it as such, but it allows me to focus on it in a different and probably healthier way, I'd say. And then there are some people that just need friends and family around them all the time, and I've had so many offers from lovely people asking if I need company. But today I am just not in the mood. Right, let's run down this way. And then there are the people that completely shut down and don't deal with the grief itself until they've had enough time alone to process it and come to terms in their head. And I'm kind of glad I'm not one of those, because I think shutting down is a well, for me it would be a bad way to deal with grief. But talking about grief in itself is perfectly fine. So that's one of the reasons why people get counselling, so they can actually talk through stuff and work through it rather than just shutting down and pretending nothing's wrong. Get this guy dead. There we go. Ooh, we are going to do this in time. That is absolutely awesome. Blast through there.
If only they could see me now.
How are we doing? We are 92%. Still got shield pylon, so not really caring that much about the... Well, we had it. Not really caring that much about the amount of potential damage we were going to be taking, but things it's worn off. Now we have to start being a bit careful again.
The Rift Guardian.
Right, Rift Guardian time. Please be not Hamlin. Good, it's not Hamlin. Hamlin in this kind of enclosed space would be a pain in the proverbial. Infernal Maiden I don't mind too much about. Let's see if we can keep the stuns going. If we back off just a little bit, that'll be enough for our shield to come back. There we go. You are going down. Here comes Convention of Elements.
You have triumphed.
A two-handed sword. Could it be Scourge or maybe the Grandfather? Let's find out. And a potion. Okay. It's the Grandfather. And that's a potion I don't recognize. Teleport to another location based on your missing health. Results may vary. Well, our potion is going to be a get out of oh my god free thing, so that could work well for us or it could work very badly, but I'm thinking if we're using it then shit's already hit the fan.
Hello.
Wreath of Lightning. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for 4. I am very happy about that. Let's head back. Clash this lot in, and I guess jump back into another rift. Okay, so this old potion can go there. Let's make a little line of any extra potions we get, which means you can go up there. Let's close this off very quickly, and we'll talk to Gudala about some more helmets.
Ooh,
1,
that's
2,
nice.
3, 4.
Can I have it
Okay,
back?
well, Andara's Village, it's not a bad one. I suppose we're wearing Andariel's spiky bits, so we could go full on Andariel with our look and feel. Maybe not. Maybe not at the moment, anyway. Let's salvage the Grandfather up. Salvage up that, and we'll drop these bits off in the stash. You'll notice I don't have any Death's Breaths at the moment. That's because I used them all in cubing up items into the cube. Cubing up items into the cube. Listen to me falling over my words. Putting items in the cube. Yeah, let's sell that gem. We're not going to use it for anything.
I dug out some interesting things on my latest dig. You should take a look.
And we will jump back in.
Unleash your power.
Pop, pop, pop. Once we get the Wreath of Lightning up to 25, then I'll start boosting the difficulty slightly. So it may take us another couple of attempts. But this is why I got 13 of the... oh, hello. 13 of the lemon... That's going to be painful. Greater of Keystones. Make sure this guy dies quickly before he puts another one of those. Oh, damn it. Nearly. Okay, he's down. All it takes is really, really weird geography, and this build doesn't perform as well as it could, although anything on this particular map is a bit weird. Pet builds do okay. They've got their own pathfinding and stuff. Waller and Arcane. It's alright, we can handle those without too much difficulty.
I'm just warming up. I am stronger
We've got
still.
225. We are
Need more
racing
time.
up the levels now. Definitely get more experience at Greater Rift of 25 than running around on Torment 2 doing the farming.
There, a worthy foe.
Right, let's put that on there, and then we'll stand directly above them so that we don't have to stand in those beams. Just passing
Didn't see
clean
that
under our
coming,
feet.
did you?
And we step down to pick up the spoils and the shield pile. Why not? Okay, well, let's find a nice bunch of mobs that we can chain together. Not that way. Go up and around this way. Oh yeah, that's a good sign.
How does that feel?
It is a very fun build to play this. It feels like a very silly build to play, but it is incredibly fun. Fire chain. I don't care about your fire chains. I've got a shield pylon on me for at least another 30 seconds. Get those, get these.
See me now. Not ready yet.
Got another slow time over here. Okay, shield pylon is off. We are back to being cautious. But that went pretty well for general murder.
See me now.
Okay, flat all of those up.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
And conduit pylon. Oh yes. This is where the magic happens, people. Actually, we don't want to go around this way. We want to go around the other way. Through the gateway. It is important to augment the killing power of the conduit pylon with your own killing power if you want to make good progress.
I'm unstoppable.
Flat, 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 flat. I wouldn't even have minded if I'd found more pieces that we've already got from Delcia's set, because at least then I can re-roll them into other parts of the set. But not having found any, it really limits my options. It's almost like the game doesn't want me to go for it as a set, or perhaps they just know that it is in fact that overpowered that it's trying to keep me away from it. I know it is all down to random number generator, so you don't need to correct me on that, but it's fun to imagine that it's all part of a greater plan. All the delicious purple orbs. Alright, once we've got our gems up, the next thing that we could do, and we can keep pushing them higher of course, but we could start working on levelling up other gems ready for counterbalance to spare, which will allow us to add extra main stat, which in this case would probably be intelligence rather than vitality, onto our equipment, and also onto our followers' equipment, which is the other thing we could do. We could just keep pumping strength onto Cormac's kit and just make him ultra powerful, because the amount of damage boost that he gets from strength is scaled up hugely compared to regular players, just because of the reduced amount of equipment that he's actually got available to him. 1, 2, 3, and stand out of the area. Let our shield come back. Shield's doing alright, actually.
The Rift Guardian is
Okay,
here.
Rift Guardian is down this way. It's Rhyme! Alright, let's dodge around that. Dodge around that. Oh, yeah? You think you're gonna hide outside of the slow time bubbles? Well, I've got millions more of these. And he's going down. There we go. minutes 34, not the fastest that I've ever done it, apparently, but that was pretty quick. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if we get another 3 next time, that will do it. That's a Haunt of Axo. Haunt of Axo, unfortunately, doesn't work on your followers. Oh, it's an ancient Haunt of Axo. Ooh. That is quite beautiful. I could re-roll that vitality into a socket. And that would significantly increase my damage output. And it wouldn't affect my health. We lose the Arcane Dynamo, but overall we gain 15%. I think we're going to do that.
I am returning to town.
Except I can't re-roll it right at this moment because I don't have any Death's Breath. But conceptually, there is a plan there. So let's put this right here so I remember. And then we'll be getting Shadow Clones everywhere. I mean, Shadow Clones don't necessarily cast Slow Time and all the other stuff, but it is extra damage being put out in addition. And it's a good ancient amulet.
I am stronger still.
Right, Paragon 226. That's going in critical hit chance. And we are going to talk to Godala about helmets very quickly.
That will look nice on you.
Well, that's another Leoric's crown, so that can get salvaged. So really, that's just a Forgotten Soul. We're up to 95 Forgotten Souls. Takes a lot to re-roll an item, but potentially going to be worth it. What else have we got? Yeah, so we're going to need to do another bounty run at some point. Okay, well, due to the tiny bit of disruption during that episode, I'm going to finish that episode there. I'm going to carry on in just a moment with more Greater Rifts, so join me again in just a couple of moments for more Diablo 3. I'll see you soon.